So welcome back to phase 2 of your road mapping session in your Own Your Peace Daily Planner. So what I'd like to show you first is kind of an example of what we're going to create. This is one of the simplest road maps I've ever done, and this is the one I'm going to walk you through. So I just want to kind of show you the idea back here. So the first thing I have is my foundation, which I decided is a triangle. I traced it out here. So I will go in and I'm just going to line up my triangle. Yes, you can use a straight edge or whatever is going to help you make your roadmap look nice. Add quotes, add whatever you want. If there's things that inspire you, you can include the words in your roadmap or not. So for instance, like I said, my foundation would be family, creativity, community, laughter. You can include that in words in your foundation or not. Just know that that's what your foundation is, right? So if I wanted to include words in it, I could either write it inside, I could make a small opening here, like I could take tape if I wanted to, right, and write it in here and write it on the tape, and then it's there, or a little piece of paper and write it, whatever you want. Okay, so let's say you want to write it. I'll write it just out here. The laughter is a big one for me. Okay, so those are the foundations that I feel like I have, that I hold on to, that I rely on. And then my supports, I have additional income, retail space. These are just things that I made up. Additional income, retail space, you're getting a degree, and additional work / flex time. These things we're going to add on to. And so because we need to figure out how to get to these things, these are the things that we're going to move into our planner and make sure that we're constantly working toward these things, because we know that we said that these things plus the things we already have are going to help us get to our goal. If we already got these foundation things, we don't need to get those. We've already got those. We want to make sure we're keeping those, right? In terms of like family, of course, if that's important to you, you want to make sure you're nourishing that. Okay, so in here, I've got my supports. So I know what my supports are. We're going to skip down just a little bit because we want to get, if you're doing this direct one, we want to get our energy force in first. Because in order for us to have the supports and have the foundation, we need something that's going to push us through. So we're going to move down to our energy force next, because I want to get the water in there. Okay. And you can do this in pencil first. I'm going to go ahead and do it in marker just for brevity. So I'm coming down from the bottom of my triangle, and I'm creating this water flow. I'm going to leave gaps in there because I want to make sure that my I can put my rocks in. So I'm going to leave some openings just to make sure I can get my rocks in. And I'm bringing my water all the way up over to the other side of the triangle. You could have your water flowing outside of the triangle or whatever shape you used, because again, I chose a triangle. You might choose something different. Okay. And so we have, that's our water. That is our energy force. For mine, I said it's words and quotes and family and creativity. Okay. And then we're going to go ahead and put in our rocks. Again, as I said before, if you're working along with me and you need to pause, please feel free to pause the video. So I'm putting in my stumbling blocks right now. These are the things that try to trip me up as I'm motivated and moving and I got energy, right? These are the things that try to trip me up. It could be external voices. It could be my own internal voice. Okay. Those are my stumbling blocks. We'll put our salve in a minute because, of course, we need to color our, what do we call it? Our energy force, okay? So now, but we'll come back to that in a second. So now let's go ahead and put in our, now we can go ahead and put in our supports. So with these different shapes, I got a spiral, I have dots, I have this mud cloth print here, and this kind of squiggle line. I want to start to divide however many supports I need. I feel that I need as little as I need because I hope to bring some of them together. So maybe 4 or 5 that you have. We're going to break up this triangle with lines or dots or whatever you feel like you need. Whatever comes to you, you're going to use to divide up this triangle. So I've got 4, so I need to make 4 sections. So I'm going to say here 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. I got, oh, all right, now I have 4 sections. I did it. I was getting myself confused. But I can come into each one of my sections and just fill them in. I'll just fill in this one just to kind of show you what I'm talking about. Okay. Okay. Right. So let's just say I'm going to make that first one. Now I made them green in my original. I'm changing that just because. So let's just say this one is additional income. So I would take my spiral and start to make spirals in this section. I could choose whatever section I wanted to. I just happened to choose this one. And your shapes could be spirals, stars, dots, triangles, lines, good gracious, so many different things you could make a shape, zigzags. Okay, no wrong or right based on what I chose. So I got some squiggles in there. Okay, so this is my support section, and in my support section I said additional income, so I've got that in there. I can then go, so that's one of my supports, and you see how it's supporting me, it's filling me up, right? This is my foundation, this is what's holding me. These supports are what are filling me up, helping me to get to my destination, which we're going to see in a second. So now I'm like, all right, let's go in another section, as I've got retail space. Again, I don't want anybody thinking this is real life. I made up a few things. I'm not getting a retail space, okay, for painting parties. That's not what we're, at least not right now. You like moving around, okay. Okay, so I would then take another one of my things. I've already got additional income in there. I can mark it off if I need to. And this is going to be the, let's see, retail space. So this is dots. I'm going to use my other marker for this. coming in with dots. And again, no wrong shapes here. Nope, polka dots and looking a little unpolka dotty. Here we go. Here we go. Got a little bigger, but okay. Okay, so I've got my polka dots in there. So that's now me, okay? I'm affirming this is a support. This is something I'm gonna need support in. Your foundation, you already have everything you need, or you have what you need. You have some things already. Your support, so what are you gonna need to support you in getting to your mission, okay? So we have our energy force. Let's go ahead and color that in. Grab some blue for water. Yours doesn't have to be blue. You can have pink water. You can have whatever you want. So my energy force, what motivates me, what pushes me, what gives me energy. Water is an energy source. It pushes things out of its way, okay? It moves things that it needs to move. If you are in the way, most likely if there's a wave coming, you are getting moved. So adding this in, our energy source, our cleansing source. Okay, going around those rocks. So we said my energy source, words and quotes, family, creativity. And we now want to come in with our stumbling blocks, roadblocks. So I'm coming in here with these with gold, just because. And we know what our stumbling blocks are because we wrote them on the other paper over here. Okay. They don't all have to be the same color. You can totally play here. So your stumbling blocks here. And your salve. So as I said, I use a little bit of washi tape here to put my salve on. So I'll do the same. You want to think of the salve as like a little bridge. I think the biggest thing to think about is that sometimes we're in the water, we're motivated, we're good, we're moving, but we still need to take a break. And this is that bridge. The salve is the bridge that tells you need to take a break, or you need to nourish something that is looking to be nourished. That is the salve. You can have as many pieces. If you want to use washi tape, you can draw a little bridge over your troubled water, or not troubled water, because this is good water. It's moving, it's motivation. But maybe there's a space right here. Maybe that's a hard part where your boat's like, woo, okay, we got to go around these rocks. And now you could have put this in the beginning, but if you'd like to wait until the end to do it, you know you built up all of this. Now it's like, all right, where are you trying to go again? And here I had the representation of the sun going toward light, being light. Okay, now change this up just a little bit, and I'll make straight lines for the sun instead of curvy ones, but it's still the sun nonetheless. And if I want, again, if I want to write my words in and I want to know what each thing is, I've got the energy/force. So I could have that in here. I could put the words if I want to, or I could have it be more like an art piece and all of those things are on another piece of paper. So then once you have that, you can continue to color in, continue to build this up if you wanted to. If you realized, oh, I haven't finished coloring and there's another thing that I need to put in, you can divide that for your supports. And as I said, you could have a different shape. Maybe you have a square, maybe you have a diamond shape. So I hope that was helpful. Reach out if you have any questions. I cannot wait to see your roadmaps. If you changed the shapes or did something totally different, I cannot wait to see that. Sending you an overflowing abundance of love, laughter, and so much peace until we get to hang out next time.